broadcast side of the ground. We're on the far side of the ground for those who know Crane Oval, looking towards the clubhouse. Looking towards the clubhouse and the hangar, as it's affectionately known here at Crane Oval. As we see a couple of late additions to the bench for the Thirlmere Roosters. I think that might be, just trying to pick up who that is in the 18. It's coming to the Thirlmere side tonight.
That looks like young Kepi there for Narellan as well.
Yeah, Sean Kepi, who you've seen a bit more of him than I have. They've got a lot of big raps on him, young Sean Kepi.
Yeah, he takes after his brother. He'll go a long way. His brother plays for Parramatta in the NYC. Very good player.
Certainly is, and big raps on Sean as well. Referee Aaron Sheldrick in charge of tonight's fixture. We're just about ready for first grade. Standard rules apply, 40 minutes time off. Saturday night football MSR, here we go. It's the Jets and the Roosters doing battle. Round 13 action is go. Saturday night football is away on MSR. Roosters running right to left as we look at it. As the Roosters bring it out of their own end. Solid defence there from the Jets on the opening tackle up towards the quarter. That was good hit over the top. Tofu making the tackle over the top along with Josh Graham as the Jets bring it out of the Roosters work it out of their own end up towards the 30. So they come to the left-hand side of the ground. Andy Figatusa running a decoy run there as they take it forward. I think that was the lock there. Jack Green taking it forward. He lost it in the tackle. Referee says he did lose it. He spotted that one. So the first error of the night inside the opening 60 seconds. Narellan on the attack, 30 metres out from the Thirlmere line. They're running left to right as we look at it, attacking the hockey centre end of the ground.
That first tackle of the game, that stung Koskiri.
Yeah.
He's still ginger going into this scrum.
And Jacob Loco at outside centre for Thirlmere on the broadcast side of the ground as they break out of the scrum. Tinatali Papali out of the scrum base. That's a good run from him, makes 7 or 8 metres. They're played about 22 metres out from the Thirlmere line now. They go to the left-hand side. There's a good run there. Summer Savau. Savau takes it forward. He's up towards the 10 now, only about 15 metres out. Comes back to the open side. Josh Graham, a little inside-out play. Cuts it back to the inside, can't get through. They're played about 8 metres from the line. There's Ronnie Jones, the veteran, fires a long ball out wide for the winger out there in Sao Kamuta. Kamuta cuts back on the inside, can't get through the line though. 3 and 4 there to wrap him up, including Eddie Payer. There's Tofu taking it forward for the Jets. He's reaching for the line, only 2 or 3 metres out, 15 in from touch. Arm up from Sheldrick, last tackle. Comes back to the left-hand side. Jones out wide. Nice little dab kick there from Jacob McKinnon towards the goal. Has it been forced by Narellan? I think it has. No try. Knock on. Back to the 20 for a 7 tackle set. We've had 2 minutes. John Stoneman Co-Lawyers scoreboard. No score. Narellan and Thirlmere.
I think that must have gone dead because he got a hand on it.
I think he knocked it forward. I think the signal was a knock on. So back to the 20 for the tap. Figatusa up the middle. Good run from Andy. Wins the penalty. First penalty of the night. Goes the way of the visitors. And they will kick for touch on this broadcast. In fact, they're going to go for the clubhouse side of the ground.
Don't kick it this way.
No, we are literally out in the elements tonight. It's not the card table of courage. We've gone further than that. So we're right on the touchline here at Crane Oval tonight. And thankfully a cool night and a dry night. That's the most pleasing aspect of the evening so far, a dry night and no chance of rain. As we see the Roosters taking it forward, that looks like Dane Craig going for a run. He played about 32 out from the Narellan line, turned back on the inside. There's a good run there. I think that might have been Koskiri with a hit up there. Comes to the left-hand side. Payer, nice flat ball there. Figatusa draws 3 blue shirts in to stop him.
Got a change for Narellan. Richards is on, but I can't see who came off.
Okay. Payer at first receiver. Jacob Loco can't break through the line. Welcome back to first grade, Big Jacob. He'll play it 15 metres out. Comes back. Loco fires it off. Now Mullaney at second receiver. Can't get through the line this time. They shut him down nicely. Jack Green into dummy half. Eddie Payer at first receiver. Long ball out wide. Intercept ball. Here go the Jets. They're away to the 40, to the halfway. Comes back inside. Ducks under a high tackle. Play on the call from referee Sheldrick. Jets have it 40 metres out. on the attack on the clubhouse side of the ground. All action start here at Crane Oval tonight. Comes back to the middle of the ground now. There's Josh Graham up the middle. That's more like it from the Jets. They work into it now, 32 metres out on the second.
That was young Sutton that made that tackle there. He got across there.
He's a
quicker
chance.
than
South
went down the
Commuter.
M7.
South Commuter, can he get the ball inside? He can, and he will score the opening try of the evening. It was a vintage kick from Ronnie Jones, and South Commuter is in for the opening try of the night. 4 and a bit minutes gone on the John Stoneman Co. Lawyers scoreboard. It's 4 points to nil. Narellan leads Thirlmere.
Good start for the Jets. Good vision there from the halves to see that they had numbers out there. I think it was Ronnie Jones.
Yeah.
With his 18,000 years of experience that kicked across field there. Ronnie's been around longer than me.
Oh, yeah, he's been around for a very long time, Ronnie Jones. And the kick for South Commuter was brilliant, and found South Commuter in acres of space, and it was an easy run to the line for the winger to make it 4 points to nil in favour of the Jets. And that'll bring this home crowd into the game early on. And I'll be hoping for a good start to continue tonight. And it'll be is that the 15 for Narellan? Adam Hoffman lining up the conversion attempt.
Is that the same Hoffman from Baywatch?
I don't think so. Obviously, you've taken lead off that, haven't you?
I just thought I'd ask. Got to ask the question.
As we see Adam Hoffman, a talented young footballer too. Adam Hoffman, I've seen him a couple of times.
He was a very good young talented footballer. Came through Campbelltown Collegians. Found his way out to the Jets.
It's been a welcome acquisition. Conversion attempt across the face of goal like my 6-iron on the 14th. Score remains 4-0. Narellan leads Thirlmere. We've had nearly 6 minutes gone in the first half for John Stoneman Co. Lawyers.
It's better than my sandwich.
Mine starts left and just keeps going. The less we talk about my golf game, the better, because it's embarrassing for everybody. Back to the middle of halfway now. Thirlmere through Eddie Payer's right boot, drives it deep. That's a good deep restart. Gives it off to Josh Graham, who charges into the wall of maroon and golden, nearly out the other side. Good run from the front rower. Plays it about 20 metres out from his own line. Dr. Papali taking it forward out of dummy half. Makes another 8 or 9 metres. He'll play it just short of the 30. They come to the right-hand side. That looks like Summers Val taking it forward. Can't get through the line this time.
Narellan's turned up to play here tonight, Mike.
They certainly have, and this is what I was talking to a few people before the game. They can provide nuisance value here, the Jets. They are not the worst team in the competition, and they can certainly be more than a handful for teams like Thirlmere tonight. As we see the kick from Ronnie Jones downfield, not a bad effort. New Year Paddy charges back into the line, bounces out of one, still fighting New Year Paddy can't get through the line. It's Papali over the top with Tofu making the tackle. As the Jets now muscle up in defence, Ronnie Jones over the top making the tackle there. About 25 metres out from the Thirlmere line. Fiagatusa takes it forward. Good run from Andy. Looked to get the ball away under the left armpit, but couldn't get it free.
Very distinctive with that white headband.
Yes, very easy to spot Andy Fiagatusa. As we see Riley Narn taking it forward for the Roosters now, about 8 metres short of halfway. He'll play it now. Goes to the right-hand side. Mullaney keeps it alive. Nice option there, but can't break through the line. Mullaney into dummy half goes himself. Fires it down the short side. Nice little kick back on the inside from the Jets. From Thirlmere rather, and Adam Hoffman back to clean up nicely for the Jets, about 35 metres out from his own line. So 8 minutes gone in the first half. 4-0 Narellan leads Thirlmere Saturday Night Football. Group 6 League live on MacArthurSportsRadio.com. Your home for rugby league in the MacArthur, as we see the Jets working it forward. Papali, who's been a good player for a number of years, Timotali Papali.
I can see Jones is going to scheme something here on the right-hand side.
They're going to come back to this open side right. You can see that with Daniel Muir and South Commuter. Comes back over the head of, I think that was McKinnon Jones. Fires it out wide in the direction of Muir. Muir loses it behind him. And that's a good tackle from Jacob Loco on South Commuter, and back slams him into the Crane Oval turf. Gives him a piece of what for legally is Jones down the short side. Muir does a great job to hold on to it. Gets the kick back on the inside. South Commuter chasing through. Jake Mullaney's there to clean up for the Roosters. Look out, he's away and going. Jake Mullaney Gets up to the 40.
Can't let him run.
No, they don't let him run this time. He's pulled down 11 short of halfway as they go to the right-hand side and come back to the middle. Half a gap nearly through the line there. Thirlmere trying to break through the line. Takes 3 of them there. Looked like a shoulder there from Salkamuta on the tackle on Mullaney. 3 short of halfway. They come to the left-hand side. That's a good run there. I think that's Dane Craig.
That's young Ledbrook.
Jack Ledbrook taking it forward, 41 metres out from the line. Saleh out of dummy half to Loco, straight up the middle. Jacob Loco, left knee heavily struck. He's been out for most of the year. Something to the short side, but they go Payer back inside. Fiagatuza gets the ball away. Great ball. Nettie Saleh takes on Adam Hoffman. Can't get through the line though. Good work there from the number 15 to stop him. 5 metres out from the line. Concedes the penalty though. Thirlmere get the penalty. That great back inside ball. Nettie Saleh, the veterans, making the difference for the Roosters in 2017. Saleh gives it off. There's Ledbrook taking it forward. Not used to seeing him in a number 8 shirt. Saleh dummy half.
He earned his spot. He played well last week against Campbelltown City.
He certainly did as Payer gets knocked over and there's a penalty and we've got time off. 10:04 gone in the first half. Unfortunately, we don't have referees audio tonight to bring you the on-field commentary, but a penalty going to the Narellan Jets. I think that's 3 or 4 that's gone their way in the opening half so far.
I just think Children needed a rest.
Quite possibly. As we see the caution being given to the Jets. And Thirlmere have the penalty right under the posts. Fiagatuza, crash ball. Won't get through from there. Only 2 metres out. In fact, only half a metre out when he's eventually stopped. Saleh dummy half. Gives it out. Payer holds it out. Mullaney can't go through this time. Puts it out the back. Still alive here for the Roosters. That's Blake Sutton at 5'8". He's got the ball now. So they keep it alive on that Narellan on the Northern Road side of the ground. They'll come back to the left-hand side this time. As they try, in fact, they go down that short side once again, trying to find a way through the line, but not able to do so. Only 2 or 3 metres out. In fact, it goes back to the 10, so held up over the line, Thirlmere. As they come back to the 10 now for the play the ball. It's a shocking pass. Can they fall on it? No, they can't. It's come off a Narellan player. It's bodies everywhere. We've got bodies everywhere. Ronnie Jones is on his back. I'm not sure if he's just picked up a bump on his way through or not.
Interesting call to see what the referee does here.
Yeah, knock on from Narellan. So double knock on first from Narellan by the looks of it, and it'll be a Thirlmere scrum feed about 25 metres out from the...
I think he got the call from the touchies there because he was standing there and no man's land there for about 10 seconds.
As we see the scrum being fed now by the Roosters. So feed it and win it, go to the open side right. There's Sutton trying to slice through the line but won't get through this time. Good tackle there, pulled down about 10 or 12 metres his own side of the try line. Now the Roosters taking it forward about 15 metres out from the line. They come back and through the hands. Eddie Payer delivers it out the back. Ledbrook for Jacob Loco. They won't stop big Jacob Loco from there. That was a nice try there for the Thirlmere Roosters. They level the score at 4 points all for John Stonham and co-lawyers.
Just a weight of numbers there. Ledbrook standing out wide, offering the last pass there to Loco. Great try.
They worked it easily down that left-hand side. Once it found Jacob Loco, he was into open space, and they weren't going to stop him from there. So they level at 4 after 13 minutes in the opening half here at Crane Oval tonight. Saturday night football on MSR, MacArthurSportsRadio.com. Your home for rugby league in the MacArthur. Tomorrow we're off to Oakdale to Sid Sharp Oval. Oakdale and Campbelltown City, our feature match. Kick off at 2:30 tomorrow.
Hope it's a bit warmer.
Well, it can't. Well, I was going to say it can't be any colder, but you never know. There's a southerly coming through from the mountains. It could be quite chilly down there. Out at Sid Sharp tomorrow afternoon. So just the one match tomorrow afternoon in this split round 13 of Group 6 Rugby League for 2017.
I'm going to back him in.
What have we got here? Eddie Payer. Yeah, I'll take the shorts on Eddie to kick this. He's about 23 metres out and only about 2 or 3 metres in from touch on the far side of or the broadcast side as we look at it, on the left-hand side of the ground, into the northern end of the ground, the northern road end. Stevie's over it now. And kicking well this year. That's not one of his better ones.
Commentator's curse.
Yep, you've done it again. 4-all the score. And we've had about 14 minutes in the first half for Johnston Nico Lawyers. Just a reminder, next Saturday night we're down at Victoria Park. This will be a really good game. Picton and the Oaks Saturday night next week, and then the week after that we've got Thirlmere hosting the Oaks on Saturday night. So a couple of good Saturday night games to finish the season next week. Picton and the Oaks. Sunday afternoon is Camden and Mittagong, rounding out round 13 of the Premiership for 2014. So a couple of interesting matchups next week to really set us up for the final round of the season. As we see the Roosters here, 42 out from their own line. About 4 tackles into the set now. Neddy Saleh over halfway by about 4 or 5 metres. Little tackle 4 now. Comes back Mullaney, tries to spot an opening in the line, can't quite break through, dragged down in a good 2-man tackle. They're screaming for it on the left-hand side here. Thirlmere comes back to Payer for the kick. Up it goes, not a bad looking midfield kick. Does anybody want it? It's been taken by Thirlmere and it's gone forward, so it'll be a turnover to the Jets. About 20 metres out from their own line.
I think they kicked the wrong way there. They needed to kick down our side.
Yeah, well the call came out from Yuyi Padiole on the western side of the ground to send it this way, but they didn't go that way, and they've decided to push it back to the right-hand side as we see the Jets now working out of their own half by about 15 odd metres, about 15 short of halfway as they take it forward now towards the 40. That looks like Cam Graham with a run for the Jets.
Joss just came off and he got replaced by Cavallero for the Jets.
Cavallero in jersey 19. As they play it now, the Jets on halfway. Ground in reasonably good condition considering the dry spell we've had in recent months, as the kick will be out on the full from Narellan. So an error there from the Jets as they look to capitalise down the clubhouse side of the ground. Just over 16 minutes in the first half. 4-all Thirlmere and Narellan Saturday Night Football. Group 6 Rugby League on MacArthurSportsRadio.com as we prepare for the finals. Only 3 weekends away. I can tell you I have had discussions with the group. There will be double headers on the Sunday afternoon for first grade.
So that was a good hit up by Cross Geary there, making a good 15-20 metres.
We'll have double headers on the first 2 Sundays of the season. I'll bring you both those games on each Sunday, live and exclusive only on MacArthurSportsRadio.com. A penalty to the Roosters for holding in, not releasing in the tackle. That's Jack Ledbrook taking it forward. Good run there from Ledbrook. And play it now inside the quarter by a couple of metres. Saleh gives it off. There's the lock forward in. That's Jack Green taking it forward, only about 12 metres out from the line. He'll play it now, just in line with the right hand upright. There's Mullaney. Short ball there was a nice one. Can't quite break through the line though. Thirlmere only 2 or 3 metres out. Saleh goes to the right hand side. That's a nice run there. Can't break through the line, only half a metre out when they play it. 15 in from touch on that eastern side of the ground. Comes back and across a sloppy pass. Avoids Mullaney, eventually ends up in the hands of Neddy Saleh. Saleh concedes 25 metres when he plays it now. Mullaney on the last, little dab kick over the top on that far side of the ground, and that finds the line. So Thirlmere concede possession with the scrum feed. Scrum feed will go to Narellan, 10 metres out from their own line, 20 in from touch on that eastern side of the ground. I need to catch up with Nathan Sutton tonight. He might have a little bit of news about midweek broadcasts this week, but I need to speak to my believe Mr. Sutton about that before we can announce that or not.
Don't tell everybody.
No, just a little tidbit, but there might be something during the week. We need to confirm that first, though, as we just have a little issue with the scrum here. So tomorrow, Oakdale and Campbelltown City. Saturday night, it's Picton and the Oaks from Victoria Park, and next Sunday at Harvey Shepherd Field, Camden and Mittagong. To complete round 13, we'll have all 4 matches for the round on MacArthur Sports Radio over the course of the next 2 weekends.
I think it's good for the listeners to have 4 games of footy in one weekend.
Yes, certainly preferential for everybody, but with the scheduling required, unfortunately that was the necessary evil that was needed for the competition to meet the scheduling requirements. As we see the Jets 15 short of halfway, a sloppy play the ball there from Jacob McKinnon, who takes it forward now. There's a good run there, 5 short of halfway. I think that was Kepi. No, that was Cavallaro. Cavallaro wins the penalty for Narellan.
On the last tackle, they Thirlmere give away a pretty easy penalty there. So Narellan easy metres downfield, and they'll restart play 25 metres out.
Yeah, good attacking position here for the Narellan Jets. On the attack here at Crane Oval tonight, in front of a small but vocal crowd of fans in the Camden Shire.
There's more here than was at the last West Tigers game at Campbelltown Stadium.
I don't think that'd take a great deal either. As we see the Jets on the attack here, Ronnie Jones has it. Puts a little dab kick over the top. Sao Kamuta, no, not this time. That finds the sideline.
I think he just kicked that into the next suburb.
Yeah, just about. We're just having a quick chat here to determine who the ball has come off and what the start of play will be.
Looks like we're going to have a scrum.
Looks like we will have a scrum, and it'll be Narellan feed. Wow.
Keep the pressure on here.
That's a turn up. I was convinced that had come off, that was off Narellan last, so I'm a little confused as to how they got that ruling, but they have. And it'll be a...
This looked like that kick was just too big.
Yeah, it was. That's exactly how I read it. The kick from Jones was too deep, and Kamuta did his level best but couldn't keep it in the field of play. So from the scrum win now, they fire it out wide. McKinnon tries to get out wide to his backs but can't get through this time. So they come back to the open side right. There's Summer-Savau, but he puts it down. Error from Summer-Savau sees the Jets release the pressure valve there. And the Roosters get a scrum feed about 15 metres out from their own line. So inside the second 20 minutes of the match, we've had about 22 minutes in the first half, and it's 4-all for John Stonham & Co Lawyers. For all your legal needs, speak to John on the team. Don't forget your 15-minute obligation-free appointment. Give John a call on Monday morning, and I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. And we thank him for his support of Group 6 Rugby League in 2017. As we see the Roosters working out of their own end, Fiagatusa now up towards the 30. Good run from Andy. He's been a good addition this year, big Andy Fiagatusa for the Roosters, as he plays at 28 metres out. Saleh goes to the right-hand side. Finds another runner there. They can't break through this Narellan defence, which has been solid so far in the opening 23 minutes. Payer kicks downfield, finds open space. Hoffman backing over to cover it. It takes a wicked bounce. Will it set up for Thirlmere? It will, but it's come off a Thirlmere player and gone forward. There'll be no advantage there. So it'll be a scrum feed to Narellan about 20 metres short of halfway.
That was almost disastrous for Narellan. That ball almost bounced back into Thirlmere's hands.
Very nearly amounted to something for the Roosters, but the way the Steeden bounced, it fell the wrong way for the Roosters and they couldn't capitalise on that opportunity. As we see the scrum feed now from Narellan. Comes to the right-hand side. Can't break through the line though. Fiagatusa playing as an outside back. In that play, making a tackle with Eddie Payer as they come to the right-hand side. There's Papali taking it forward. He gets stopped 13 metres short of halfway, 20 from touch on the western side of the ground. They come to the right-hand side. There's Sao Kamuta playing in the centres. Looks like Daniel Muir's moved out onto the wing with Kamuta in the centres. Jones Gives it off. There's Cam Graham taking it forward over halfway. Makes a good run, the veteran second rower. He'll play it about 8 metres inside.
You've got Koskiri down here.
And he looks like he's in trouble. Looks like he's in trouble. As we see the clock stopped with about 16.5 minutes remaining in the first half. It's 4-4 here at Crane Oval, Saturday night football on Macarthur Sports Radio. Grip 6 League live on MSR, macarthursportsradio.com, your home for rugby league in the Macarthur. Let's go around the grounds, update the NRL full-time scores from today. The afternoon match was Newcastle 26 defeating the Warriors 10. The evening match, the twilight match, has become a blowout. Brisbane 54 defeating Gold Coast 0. And 23 minutes into the first half at Shark Park, it's Canberra 14 leading Cronulla 8. So the Broncos making a statement in the M1 derby at Robina this evening, and sounds like a good one down in the Shire tonight.
Well, Goldsmack with the Broncos, but that's the second NRL score over 50. That looked like a shoulder charge there from
Figatusa
on Ronnie Jones.
Daniel Muir.
Referee let it go.
Pops it out the back, but only finds New Year Paddy Ole. Paddy Ole's in her space. Paddy Ole to the 40, to the halfway. Gets cut down. A brilliant tackle there. Concedes the penalty, though, for second effort. But that was a brilliant tackle there from Adam Hoffman around the legs. Timed it to perfection.
I think he got that tackle from his Baywatch days.
Oh, that was brilliant. As Eddie Payer drives it into the night air on the eastern side of Crane Oval and finds about 25, 26 metres. That's how far out from the line they are.
That cold wind starting to come through, Mike.
Yes, I'm certainly feeling it here in our broadcast box. Good run there from Dane Koskiri.
That's an outside box tonight too.
Yes, it is an open air box. As we see the Roosters come to the right-hand side, Mullaney with a short ball there. And it looks like they're in that corner. The Roosters are in. And I just can't pick up who that was that scored, but it was a nice crash ball there, giving Thirlmere an 8 points to 4 lead on the John Stoneman Co. Lawyers scoreboard, 15 minutes to half-time. The Jets are still certainly hanging around and providing nuisance value here at Crane Oval tonight.
Yeah, they're just making a few silly mistakes, and once they can rectify their mistakes, they can match it with Thirlmere.
An interesting match on the cards tonight. We'll just have to pick up who that try scorer was for Thirlmere. Just can see from our position who that was. But a good effort nonetheless. Got the.
I think it was young Sutton that scored.
Okay, could have been Blake Sutton getting in for the try. So
a good ball from Mullaney, but
that was a lovely ball from Jake Mullaney.
He's actually been a bit more involved tonight than what he was last week against Campbelltown City when they went down by 4. So he's involved himself a little bit more tonight, and you can tell the difference. No,
he's certainly been an attacking presence for the Jets to deal with tonight, and the Roosters would be very happy to have him on board as Eddie Payer lines up this conversion attempt from the eastern side of the ground, about 25 metres out. A couple of metres in from touch on that eastern side. Kick is on its way. This time he's got it. This time he puts it through. So with 13.5 minutes remaining in the first half, it's now Thirlmere 10 leading Narellan 4 for John Stoneman Co. Lawyers.
I didn't put the mocker on him that time. That's why he got that one.
Yes. So a good start for the Thirlmere Roosters. They're up by 6. But this is probably the sort of game we expected tonight, that Narellan can provide a real hassle for the Roosters, and they've certainly turned up tonight.
They certainly haven't dropped their heads.
No.
Narellan, they're still in this contest.
Well and truly, only down by the 6 points at the moment, as the Roosters bring it out of their own end. Figatusa had the first run. Now the Roosters up towards the 30.
Just got to give a shout out to the ball boys, Mike, in this nice cold weather. They're doing a good job.
They are doing a very good job. Keeping the game going here at Crane Oval tonight. A very cool evening. Although I wouldn't be wearing shorts, just personally. I would not be wearing shorts on a night like this.
No, not when you're a ball boy.
No, well, even if you're an adult. I wouldn't be wearing shorts tonight.
Oh, knock
was
on
there a hint of a knock on there from Adam Hoffman? There was. And there's the chance Thirlmere are looking for. Hoffman slams the ball down in frustration.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the mistakes. They need to cut those mistakes down. Koskiri's coming off.
And who have we got coming?
Mitchell Miles going on.
Mitchell Miles, is it? Actually got in just before the break, before the scrum, and looks like Jay Bennell also about to come on in jersey 14 for the Roosters. He's stripped and ready to make his entry into the game. What do we know about Mitch Miles? You seem to know a bit about him.
Yeah, no, he's a good young player. He's always been a Thirlmere junior. Very good young front rower. Only 18 this year, so playing first grade at 18. He's doing a good job. Know his parents, so he's a good kid.
Okay, so one to keep an eye on perhaps for the next couple of years as we see.
Actually, sorry, he's only 17. He's 18 next year.
Wow.
So he's SG ball eligible for next year.
As we see Payer, wide ball, Jacob Loco. Loco winds up that train, but it's been spilt there. Jacob Loco puts it down. And they're going to say
a one-on-one strip.
They're going to say a strip here, so play on for the Roosters. 6 more tackles. Paddy Ole out of dummy half. Can they stop him? Yes, they have. They have. They've stopped him only half a metre out from the line. They come back and across. They can't get through this time as they play it now. Only 3 metres out from the line. Comes back to the right-hand side. Payer dancing like he's on the nightclub at Chevy's on a Friday night in Queen Street. Can't get through this time. Hasn't got the moves to get through. Jay Bennell with the right elbow heavily strapped as he comes off. Mullaney having a breather by the looks of it. As the ball into the in goal. Is that a try to the Roosters? It is. No, it's not.
Sutton did well to get through there too.
In fact, yeah, it was a nice effort there, but they're not able to get through. In fact, that wasn't Sutton coming off that Mullaney. That was Jack Green having a breather with Jay Bennell going on in jersey 14. The Roosters now having to defend. Narellan from their own 20. Taking it forward, there's Summer Savau. Cam Graham, in fact, pops it out the back. Ronnie Jones keeps it alive. Nice ball there. Found a support runner on the outside. Is that Big Brett Clark? Looks just, no, I don't think it is. As we see the Jets up towards the 40. Just short of their own 40 by a metre. Jermaine Hall in at dummy half. He goes to the right-hand side. There's Cam Graham taking it forward. Good run from the second rower. The skipper going to be stopped. 3 of them there to stop him 2 metres short of halfway. Hall out of dummy half. Goes for a run himself. That's a good run from Jermaine Hall. Looked like he clipped one high. Went down and he hasn't moved. So we'll stop the clock. 9:35 remaining. I thought there was a high tackle there. I thought it was a high tackle. The referee has said no. And it looks like Ronnie Jones is having a...
Ronnie wouldn't say anything.
No,
surely not.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. He'd never have a chat to the referee, would he? And Cam Graham just having a chat to the referee. Referee Sheldrick just laying down the law. We know what Sheldrick's style of officiating is, so... we're going to see a penalty? I'm not sure.
Oh, I think it'll just be a play the ball.
Well, Jermaine Hall's...
He's going to come off. I think the trainer's going to take him off.
It looks like he's coming off. Against his wishes, he's coming off. So it'll be a play the ball for Narellan. 41 metres out. Ronnie Jones, the first receiver, takes it forward. As we see the 4th replacement go on in jersey 16 for the Jets. We'll have to find out that name. Josh Graham with a wide ball. Finds McKinnon out wide. Here's a chance. Stuart Mason into space down the grandstand touchline. Can't find his way through the line. Great run there from the Jets centre. They come back to the right-hand side. McKinnon. Jones fires it out wide. South Commuter in the centres. Daniel Muir puts it down with the line in front of him. Can't hold on to it. He goes in a touch and the ball is a turnover for the Roosters.
I'm sure if that was a schooner, he wouldn't have dropped it.
Oh, that was a great ball there. It wasn't the worst pass there from South Commuter to Daniel Muir, but he just couldn't hold on to it at the key time. And the Roosters hold on. They lead 10-4, 8:40 remaining in the first half.
They look dangerous when they throw it around, the Jets.
when they come down this right-hand side, that's not the first time Kamuta and Muir have combined after Ronnie Jones sets it up. Big hit on Andy Figatusa. Wowee, what a hit. Andy gets some of his own. That was outstanding. And here come the Jets once again. Up in defence. That was a rib-cracking tackle. That was
Papali.
Wow, Tinatali Papali. Cop that, he said. Outstanding hit. And it
was actually on young Miles, and he's still down at the back there. He's just got to remember,
he's only
Miles? Miles. He's only 17.
I think that's Figatusa back there. I think that's Big Andy.
I don't know, but
no, Andy's up forward. So
the number of the bus was 14.
The number 14 bus. Here's a chance for the Roosters. There's an Narellan player down in back play. Jacob Loco for the line. Got there. Try Roosters. How quickly the fortunes can change. Try to the Roosters. Loco has a double.
He's earning all his 3 Mars bars tonight.
7.5 to the break. It's Thirlmere 14, Narellan 4 for John Stonham & Co Lawyers.
Young Hoffman down there, he looks like he's done something to his shoulder. Hopefully it's not too serious and he can continue on in the game.
But and we've got time off, 7:09 remaining in the first half. But wow, a couple of big hits there. The one on, was it Miles? Hang on, I think we've got an incident here with the few of the spectators having a few choice words to tell the referee what they thought of the action tonight.
I thought it was a good try.
I thought it was a brilliant try.
I'm hoping the supporters are saying it was a good try.
I thought it was, well, that's exactly what we saw, an outstanding try to Jacob Loco down the left-hand side. I'm still recovering from that hit back here on Mitch Miles. My goodness me.
He stayed in the game, Miles.
We see Eddie Payer lining up this conversion attempt. Similar spot to where he was last time.
Hoffman's up.
He'll be a sorry boy, no doubt. A few deep breaths while Payer lines up this conversion attempt.
Let's see if he learned anything from the last kick from the same spot.
Yes, similar place. 23, 24 metres out. 2 metres in from touch. Kick is on its way. No, wrong side of the post. Just wouldn't come back enough. Score remains 14-4 for John Stonham & Co Lawyers. 6:10 to the break. I'm Mike Shean. This is Mark Dunn on Group 6 League Live.
I might have to go for a run at half time to warm up.
Yes.
Those that know me.
Yes, it is a cool evening. I've gone for the second layer on top of the original one, so it is a very cool Saturday evening here at Crane Oval. So we see the restart now. Not a deep kick-off by any means. As we see the Roosters bringing it out of their own end. And let's just have a...
That's a very slow play the ball from Mulaney. Figatusa hits it up.
Currently 12 degrees, I can tell you, at Narellan, but it feels more like about 8.
Someone said 12 degrees at Kirkham Oval last Saturday night too, but Picton were red hot last Saturday.
They were white hot last week. As we see a penalty to the Roosters here late in the set. 5 minutes to the break, that's a big one. On our sheet it's 6-1, I've got it against Narellan. It's not official, but...
that's a terrible kick.
That is a shocking kick for touch. In fact, it won't even find the line. As the Roosters bring it out of... the Jets bring it out of their own end. As Miles makes the tackle, Bennell was in the area as well. Along with Mulaney there to see the tackle the runner was for the Jets. As we see them with it now, 35 metres out from their own line as they take it forward now. Good run there from Narellan up over the 40 by a metre or two. Putting some momentum on here as they take it forward. Cavallaro taken out in back play. Referee says it was all right. No, he spotted it. He spotted it and he's going to give the caution. 4.25 minutes to half time. 14-4 in favour of the visitors from Thirlmere tonight. penalty goes to the home side. Eddie Payer comes out. I suspect is acting captain for the caution. Time back on. Penalty goes to the Jets. Just their own side of halfway. Hoffman drives it into touch. It's a good kick and finds the line about 35 metres out from the Thirlmere line. Big chance here for the Jets on the stroke of half-time. Inside 4 to the break. As we see them working upfield about 30 metres out from the line. They come back to the right-hand side. There's a sloppy ball there. Finds Tinatali Papali. Papali plays it about 25 metres out from the line. They come to the right-hand side. Jones out wide for Cam Graham. Cam Graham trying to dance his way through the line. Can't do it this time. Pulled down 8 metres out from the line. Eventually going to be stopped as he's wrestled to ground. And another penalty to the Jets. 2 in a row. Not rolling away this time. Here's the ruling from referee Sheldrick. As the Roosters have to defend their line once again. They've only conceded the one tonight. Can they concede a second? Will their defence hold up? A good ball there for the replacement out wide on the left-hand side as they take it forward now, the Jets. Only 15 metres out from the line. They come to the middle of the park. That's a good run there. As they play it now, about 7 or 8 metres out from the line. Okay, there we go. As we see an intercept here, Jacob Loco winding up that frame of his. Can't get through the line.
Just went for a jog. I'm warm now.
Good now. As we see the...
Patoli down the sideline here. Good tackle by Commuter and young Graham. He's played well, Graham.
He has. He's had a good game tonight, Cam Graham. As it comes back and across, that's a sloppy pass for Bennell. Now Mullaney had for Igatuza on his hip. Couldn't get the ball away though. Makes a good run there. Jake Mullaney 2 metres inside the Narellan half and wins a penalty. And another caution here. 2:23 to the break. And just a couple of words being exchanged there. I've got it at 7-3 in favour of Thirlmere, the penalty count, with 2 minutes.
I want to give him a new whistle at half-time.
As we see Cam Graham being called out along with...
that's his brother by the look of it.
Josh Graham. So the boys out there having a chat to referee Sheldrick. 2:23 to the break. 14-4 the scoreline in favour of Thirlmere over Narellan. Been a good quality game tonight.
Narellan needs to keep him out with 2 minutes to go. They can't let Thirlmere score again before half-time. They've got to go into half-time at 14-4 or at least score themselves. They just can't let Thirlmere score.
Around the grounds, Canberra leads 22-8 minutes to the break at Shark Park tonight.
Sharks will come back in the second half.
Roosters on the attack here, only 5 metres out from the line. Trying to put one on before the half-time break. What have they got left in them? They go out of dummy half. Jake Mullaney. He's going to be wrestled to ground. Did he get it down? No, he didn't. Held up, so he'll go back to the 10 for a play the ball. 1:45 remaining in the first half. Roosters lead it by 10.
They get it out to the left here. Loco could have a hat-trick before half-time.
Very much on the cards. They come this way. Eddie Payer gives a short ball for Igatuza. Wrapped up in a good 2-man tackle. Can't get through the line. 6 metres out. Out of dummy half. That's a good little run there. Jay Bennell goes for the line. Only 2 metres out. Nettie Saleh in at dummy half now.
Nettie might go himself here. He's been known to do that.
He doesn't this time. Payer finds Blake Sutton, who's in for a double. Nice play there. Blake Sutton crashes over. Minute to the break. 18-4. That could be a crucial try.
Narellan didn't need that. Not with a minute to go till half time, and I'm sure that Payer will take his time and to kick this goal.
So it's 18 points to 4 for John Stonham and Co Lawyers. Under a minute to the half-time break. And it's been a good half of rugby league so far from the Thirlmere Roosters. 3 tries to their name so far, and they'll be hoping to continue the run after the half-time break. The Roosters would be happy with where they're at. Narellan wouldn't be too disappointed, although they're down 18-4. It is not the worst situation to be in right now. As we see Jake Mullaney getting a caution, receiving a running caution from referee.
I think he's just winding the clock down there.
Yes.
That's the experience from Mullaney.
There's the siren in the background for half-time. So this will be the last play of the half, as we see Eddie Payer lining up this conversion attempt from be about 23 metres out and about 9 metres in from touch on this western side of the ground. Not the worst position for a kick on the half-time siren. Only has 1 from 3 tonight, Eddie. Usually a very good goal kicker.
6 from 7 last week.
Moves into it now, sends it on its way. That's a better looking strike from Eddie Payer. Flags go up, and at half-time, Thirlmere leads Narellan 20 points to 4 for John Stonham and Co Lawyers. We'll take a break on Group 6 League Live. When we come back, the half-time wrap. The Roosters doing it nicely. The final result here, Mark?
No, I think Thirlmere might get home. I'm just counting their numbers here. It looks like they've only got 11 on the field at the moment, unless I can't count.
Okay, referee Sheldrick says, let's get it underway.
No, they're all there. They're all hiding behind Loco. He's just that big.
He's a big unit, Jacob Loco, as we see the Jets bringing it out from the restart, and a good run there up towards the quarter. A good start for the Jets here is essential in the early stages of the second half here tonight at Crane Oval, as we see the Jets working to the right-hand side here. Interesting to see what tactics they employ early, especially early in the second half.
Well, going one out's not going to help them.
No, it won't do a lot of good for them, as we see the Jets now just putting it through the hands on that right-hand side. There's a nice run up towards halfway. That looks like Cam Graham going for a trot up field. He'll play it now. Jones backing across. The kick from McKinnon. He's charged down. Here's a chance. Dane Craig leading the race. Can he get the bounce? He can get the bounce. Can he get the ball away? He can, but it'll only find a royal blue shirt. And the referee's going to say knock on from Narellan. I think he's got that one 100% right. Just a slight knock on there from the
Hurley, was it? The hooker, the 9? Looked like the 9.
Could have been Jermaine Hall. I'm not sure who it was who made the run there, but the error coming from the Jets. Opening stages of the second half.
That could have been disastrous for the Jets if Narellan would have scored there. But they are on the tack, probably 15 metres out. As Mullaney goes himself straight for a hole. Could have drove my car through there. Couldn't drive it on Parramatta Road today, but I could have drove it through that hole.
And he's crossed under the uprights to score. So 2 minutes gone in the second half. Jake Mullaney puts his name on the score sheet, and it's 24 points to 4 in favour of Thirlmere over Narellan for John Stonham and Co Lawyers. That all came on the back of that error, and that was far too easy from the classy number 1 for the Thirlmere Roosters.
You can't give him any room. Mullaney is just too quick. As I said on last week's call, I think he scored like 5,000 points in the NYC. You just can't give him any room at all.
No, that was a nice piece of play, and with that sort of space, he sliced through the defensive line of Narellan and went straight through under the royal blue dot at the southern end of the ground. So it's now 24 points to 4 in favour of the Thirlmere Roosters with the kick to come.
And if Payer misses this, I'll run from Narellan to Campbelltown.
Yes, I would give you black caviar odds on him getting this one from directly in front. 10 metres out. And he really adds the extras.
Well, I don't have to go for a run. How good's that?
It's a relief for everybody, Dunny, trust me.
These ball boys look a bit better dressed than the other ones. At least these ones have got long pants on.
Yeah, well, that's always a good start.
Just give a shout out to the ball boys. They do a great job.
No, they do. They certainly earned their pie and can of Coke after the game tonight. 36 minutes and change remaining in this one. 26 points to 4 is the score for John Stonham and Co Lawyers. And it looked like Ron Jones was a metre or two offside at the restart there. The referee says it was all right.
I think the lights were shining off the top of his head, and it's Sweeney, the referee there. I mean, Sheldrick, the referee there, couldn't see.
That's on you. That's on you. He'll hear about that. That was you tonight.
They look like twins to me. I get a little bit confused.
Oh, you're on your own there, Mark. Well, correspondence addressed to Mark Dunn, thank you.
I'll apologise now to Sweeney.
Oh, the Roosters, I'm going to get into trouble for that. 42 metres out from their own line.
That's a terrible play the ball. Sloppy. Should have been a penalty there.
Well,
to the
he tried
Roosters.
to milk it. I think it was a good no call to let it go because the Thirlmere players were definitely trying to milk it, and the Narellan player wasn't. Narellan player tried to roll out of the way, but the Thirlmere players tried to milk it, as we see a little kick over the top on that far side. It's Paddy Ole, inside ball. It was a nice one, and they're in again. The Roosters.
Sutton's got a hat trick.
Sutton has 3 to his name. They've gone bang and bang in the second half, the Roosters, and this is blown out. It's 30 points to 4 for John Stonham and co-lawyers, and this is getting very ugly very quickly.
Yeah, they can't. They continue like this, Narellan. The score could be anything, a bit like the Broncos, 54-0 over the Titans.
Yes, this could end up being anything if this continues for the next 35 minutes.
I just hope for the Jets faithful that the Jets muscle up here in the last 35 minutes of this second half.
As we see time off right on 5 minutes gone in the second half. With, just a quick stoppage here. I think a quick chat for the Narellan side. Probably a breather as much as anything. Just 2 quick tries in the opening 5 minutes against them. It's not an ideal start for the...
Miles off and Ledbrook on.
It'll be an interesting change as we get back underway. Jermaine Hall also about to come back on for the Jets.
I coached Jack 2007, so long time ago.
Yes.
He's certainly grown a little bit since I had him as a 15-year-old.
Just a little bit bigger and stronger from those days, no doubt. As we see,
I still reckon his sister's a better player.
I know they're listening tonight as well, just quietly. I'm going to stay out of that. I could get into a lot of trouble very quickly if I say anything.
No, you are a much better player, Casey. You do play a lot better than your brother Jack.
Yes. Eddie Payo sends it on its way. No, just away.
Not enough wheat mix.
No. Needed the sugar on top to get that over the line. 30 points to 4 the score. 34 minutes remaining at Crane Oval tonight. That's for John Stonham and co-lawyers.
If there's anyone from the sanitarium out there that wants to sponsor me, I can do.
You're available?
I can do 32 wheat mix in the city.
It's about 30 more than my effort, so you're doing well.
Jones was offside again on that kickoff.
Yes. As we see Koskiri bringing it forward from the restart. Good run from the front rower. And he'll play it now 23 metres out from his own line. Looked like McKinnon might have picked up went to his ankle there making that tackle. He's in for the next one though. As that's Riley Narn taking it forward. Now Neddy Saleh, the veteran, number 11. Can play anywhere in the forward pack virtually. 12 short of halfway when he plays it. They go to the left-hand side. Through the hands, there's Ledbrook keeping it alive. Jacob Loco running right out on that left-hand side. Over halfway, over the 40. Still running the big centre. Can he get the ball away? No, he can't. Had Paddy Ole in support on the outside, but couldn't get the ball away. As we see the ball now with Fia Gattusa for the Roosters. He's about 32 metres out from the line when he plays it now. They'll come back towards the middle now on the last tackle. Payer kicks cross field for the right-hand side. They're coming through. Taken nicely there by Narellan. But they're 2 metres out from their own line when they make the tackle is made as Narellan try and bring it out of their own end.
It looks like Mura. He looks like he's changed sides.
He possibly has, trying to get away from Jacob Loco, which, let's face it, that's not necessarily a bad thing to avoid Jacob Loco where possible, as we see the Jets trying to make a break down this western touchline.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty.
No penalty.
I thought the tackle was made there well before the second effort from Koskiri and Dane Craig.
Referee says it was all good in one movement, so it'll be a scrum feed to Thirlmere.
Oh, I found an old program from 98. I'm pretty
98?
Pretty sure it was 98.
Yeah.
And it was West Magpies President's Cup team.
Yeah.
And in the West Magpies President Cup team, Neddy Saylor was playing hooker.
Yeah.
And Ronnie Jones was
would have been the halfback. And I suspect there's probably one or two other names that we recognise. Or that
There's just two that are just off the top of my head that I recognise straight away. It's stuck in my head for this.
Well, I would have thought
this match.
There'd have been an R Payne in that team somewhere.
Oh, I think that was 1978. And if you're listening, Robbie, that wasn't me.
Sure, as we see a penalty. No, we got 10 in the bin here. Now somebody's been given 10 minutes.
It's Big Graham. Big Josh Graham being sent to the sin bin here. I think
repeat infringements would be the...
I think he's had enough for a penalty count exceeding lots.
Yes. As we see... what's going on? I think the referee just going to have a chat with... no, he's just going to give the mark. Okay. So that was for holding down in the tackle. As they take the quick tap now. Thirlmere on the attack. Mullaney trying to slice through the line. Can't quite do so. 15 metres out from the line. They'll play it now in line with the right hand upright. Saleh dummy half. Goes out to Eddie Payer. Long ball out wide. Intercept, is it? Yes, intercepted by the Jets. That's good news for them.
Yeah, I know Thirlmere's got to go wide, but them throwing them loopy basketball passes, they've got to be a little bit more crisp.
Yeah, it's a bit like this evening here at Crane Oval. They need to be sharp. 1 point. As the Jets take it up the middle. That's a solid run there. 15 short of halfway when they play it. As they go out of dummy half, Jones. There's a flat ball in front of his man. It was taken eventually. That's Cam Graham taking it on halfway. Getting a bit of momentum here, the Jets down the clubhouse side, but it's been intercepted. New Year Padiola off to the races. Graham across in cover. Floats it back on the inside. That ball had to be forward from here, I thought. Referee says it was all right. Play on. The Roosters still with it. 32 metres out from the line. They'll play it now. Coming to the right-hand side. Craig fires it out. Kuskiri, he's not the man they want. He'll straighten it up the middle, though. Good run from Big Dane Kuskiri. Up the middle, 15 metres out when he plays it now. Under the posts. Saleh. Mullaney on the right. He won't need any support. He'll dot down himself for an easy second half double.
So that's a double for Mullaney.
30.
Double for Mullaney, a double for Loco, and a hat-trick for Sutton.
Only the two for Sutton. Oh, no, sorry, he's got 3. As we see the score out by 30 now. It's 34 points to 4 for John Stonham and co-lawyers. And we've got half an hour remaining. So it's been a solid second half from the Roosters, or the last 10-12 minutes of play. They scored right on the stroke of half-time, and then 3 second-half tries.
Yeah, well, they can afford to rest a few players. Looks like Loco's coming off. Have a rest.
Well, he's played, 50-odd minutes? So that'll be a reasonable effort for Jacob Loco, first game back.
And you've got Green going on, so there'll be a shuffle there for Thirlmere. You got a lock forward going on to replace centre.
Maybe Sutton out to the centres, perhaps?
Yeah, they might push Mullaney out there because I think Sutton's been playing fullback, so
maybe Sutton
been playing good
to
footy
the centres. Yeah, might be an option. Maybe Padiola could go out.
Well, they certainly have plenty of options.
Yes, pleasant dilemma for the coaching staff. They look like they're in a good mood tonight, the Narellan coaching staff.
Bit better than last week.
Mind you, when you're 30 points to the good with 28 minutes remaining, I guess you can be in a good mood. As we see Eddie Payer lining up the conversion attempt. About 22 metres out, about 10 in from touch on the western side of the ground to make it a 32-point margin in favour of the visitors. Kick is on its way. Off the Wilbur post and out. Off the post and out, so it remains 34-4, 27-40 remaining.
He's not having a good night tonight.
No, he's only hit, 2 from 6? 3 from 6. 3 from 6, so shooting at 50%, which is probably below his usual expectations. Around the grounds, 8 minutes gone, second half. Cronulla trails 24-8. Canberra in front at the Shire tonight. As we see the Roosters getting back underway here. Taking forward Kuskiri, you can hear the grunt in our effects microphones, the effort.
Beale scored for the Sharks, so they're down 24-12.
24-12 with a kick to come. So still time remaining in that game. That's about the same as us, about half an hour remaining in that one. at Shark Park tonight. A couple of big games tomorrow, Manly and the Roosters, and Penrith host the Tigers. Out at Penrith.
Tigers need to win that after Newcastle beating the Warriors today.
Yes, need to win the Tigers tomorrow afternoon to keep their season alive. They've had a tough season, but they need a couple of wins to finish the season on a high.
I'm glad I don't have to try and pick a man of the match out of this game, because the forwards for the Roosters have been outstanding.
They have. As we see Muir on this left-hand side for the Jets, he has switched sides. Takes that one easily and pulled down about 35 metres out from his own line. As they come back to the left-hand side, Stuart Mason. He stripped it as the ball stripped it on one-on-one tackle. One-on-one tackle. The referee says it was okay. He'll play it now. 41 metres out. Mullaney out of dummy half. Bounces out of one. Still going. Good tackle.
Could have got away. If he got that away, something's in.
Good tackle around the leg. Stops him there. Slow to his feet, Mullaney. Stung him as well.
He just had a bit of a stint on the wing. So I think something wrong with him here.
Not 100%. Keep an eye on him. It looks like he's coming straight off as well.
Clutched his right hamstring.
Hamstring, maybe that's not what they need going into the finals.
No, he's coming off.
Yep. And it'll be Saar Padiolo going on in jersey 16.
Yep.
So that'll be a straight swap like for like there.
Definitely something wrong with his hamstring.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. He's gone straight into the dugout, and that's a concern. They're grabbing the ice pack straight away for the captain coach. There's Narellan holding on here. It'll be a line drop out. 25 minutes remaining, 34-4 the score. It's Thirlmere comfortably leading Narellan. 24-12 Canberra leads Cronulla with about 27 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they missed that conversion, the Sharks.
So 12 points the margin there, 30 the margin here at Crane Oval tonight. They go the shallow restart here. Will it sit up for Narellan?
Only just gone 10.
Riley Nunn was awake to it and managed to fall on it for the Roosters. There's a chance for the Roosters. Saar Padiolo takes it forward. Good run from him. Only a couple of metres out from the line. Saleh out of dummy half. Goes himself. Can't force his way through. Only 2 or 3 metres out from the line when he plays it now. Goes to the left-hand side now.
Slow play the ball there.
Padiolo out of dummy half. 3 dummy half scoots. No ground made. Still 2 metres out from the line when they play it. Saleh for Paya. Paya can't get through this time. Trying to pop the ball out the back. Gets hit 3 and 4 blue shirts there to stop him in the end. Gets the ball away eventually. There's a good ball out the back. That's Bennell for the line. Did he get it down? Has he done enough? No, held up. Held up over the line, so back to the 10.
Referee in good position there.
Excellent position there from referee Sheldrick to rule on that one. As the Jets now holding on, they're down 34-4, but the scoreboard not a reflection of the sort of game it's been. They have been very competitive, at least for the first 38 minutes. Second half, they have been blown off the park, but it's been a tough afternoon, or tough evening at the office for the Jets after the break. Paya with the kick on the last crossfield, not a bad looking option. Riley Nunn goes up. I think it's been knocked on. And it has.
It looked like he lost the ball from here.
Yeah, it's been ruled as a knock on. From our position, it certainly looked like a knock on, and
he's done well, young Moore. They're pumping him with those high kicks on this side of the field, and they haven't scored against him in the second half. It's been the other side of the field.
As we see the Jets taking it from the restart, trying to force their way upfield up towards the 30. As they play it now, going crossfield here, trying to find half a gap. The Jets can't quite break through the line this time. 32 metres out from the line. And a bit of afters in the tackle. Mason objecting to the treatment he got in the penalty.
First penalty to the Jets of the second half.
Good start for them. Kick will find the line about 2 metres inside the Thirlmere half. Here's a chance for the Jets after the halftime break. McKinnon gives it off.
It's Savau that hit that up. He's been quiet tonight, Summer Savau.
Yeah, hasn't had a good game by his standards. Normally a lot more involved in the play, Summer Savau. As we see the Jets pushing forward, 31 metres out from the line now.
Another one of those young fellas I had the pleasure of being involved with about 12 years ago. So now,
as we see the Jets 28 metres out. Graham goes to the right-hand side, Papali for Jones. Jones, a nice flag ball there. That's Cam Graham for the line, gets there. Nice try, Cam Graham. That's more like it from the Jets.
The wily old fox there in Ronnie Jones. Great ball to Cam Graham, and Graham deserved that try. He's played well tonight.
He has 34-8 is the score for John Stonham and Co. Lawyers, with a kick to come from mid-range on the right-hand side. And to be fair to Narellan, they have been outclassed tonight after half-time, but they have not dropped their heads, they have not dropped their bundle, and they have still put in a solid effort, and that is fair reward for them. Cam Graham, one of the better players tonight for the Jets, getting a try.
Yeah, well, talking about Cam Graham, his brother Joss has just come back from the sin bin as they scored that try, so it'll be 13 on 13. So Thirlmere scored 2 tries against the Jets when the Jets were down to 12.
And just a caution here from referee Sheldrick to Narellan. As we see the former Hull FC and Western Suburbs Magpies forward Shane McMenemy on the bench here. He's more interested in the NRL match tonight.
Hoffman kicks that.
Conversion successful. It's 34-10. Thirlmere leads Narellan. I can tell him it's 24-12. He's not listening, but 24-12 is still the score. So conversion successful from Adam Hoffman. 34-10.
He was about to take off with that spare ball down the sideline then.
Yes. I was about to say Shane McMenemy
got into a sprint.
Got into a jog trot. The former Hull FC and West's forward from years gone by. And I know that he's very proud of watching Hull in the made the Challenge Cup final in England only a few weeks back. So he'd be cheering on the boys, the black and whites.
I think that was where Shannon McDonnell played too, wasn't it? Hull FC. Pretty sure.
I'm not sure.
He had a stint over there.
I know he played in England. I'm not sure if he was with Hull FC. We might check Shane after the game. He might know. Penalty to Narellan here. 10 their own side of halfway. So
high tackle was the signal.
Penalty count 2-1 against. It's going to sail over our heads and going to sit about 3 foot away from you, Mark. So I'll see.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll speak to young Hoffman.
Push your head. There we go. Going to knock it out. As we see the Jets with it now, 35 metres out from the line. Taking it forward, there's looks like Savau going for a gallop. Good run from him, he's 15 inside the Narellan attacking half. Ronnie Jones, a little chip kick over the top for the far wing. Has he put enough on it? I think he's put too much on it. He's found the line. Found the sideline there, and that just had too much carry on it. Nice little kick there from Ronnie Jones, the veteran. Trying to find a spark here for the Jets late in the match.
I'm not sure whether that was before the corner post or after the corner post, because I can't see a corner post.
Yes, they are inconspicuous by their absence here at Crane Oval. All 4 of them scanning the touch lines, and I can't see any on the field anywhere. So I suspect it might have been before the line because we're having a scrum.
Maybe the crowd took off with them.
Well, it is retro round in the rugby league, so maybe they pinched the corner post after the last games. As we see the Jets now having to work it out of their own end, which they haven't done too much tonight. 17:55 remaining, 34-10 is the score. It's rolling now.
Thirlmere's going a lot of cross field here. They need to straighten their attack up a little bit.
Yes, I think Mulaney coming off has hurt them. That's a big blow for them.
Yes. Yeah, they've lost direction. Sutton needs to get in there and take some control.
There's Denny Saleh. Ball comes out. Referee says illegally. Done illegally, that one.
I think I'm going to have to go and get another pen.
Running out of ink. I've got it 11-5 on our sheet in favour of the Roosters tonight. So I'll put this one into touch. That will find the line.
Well, at least Jay didn't aim for me like Hoffman did.
I'm just thankful it's not hit the MSR vehicles. As the Roosters now take it forward. Dane Craig with a good run. He's been quiet tonight.
He has been quiet.
Not his usual Another one, not his usual busy standard tonight.
Yeah, but when you got the likes of Ledbrook and Figatuza, Koskiri, they've all stepped up tonight.
They certainly have. It's been a good night as we see a Thirlmere player on his back and another penalty. We've got time off. 16:37 remaining.
And then we've got a bit of argy-bargy handbags.
Okay, boys getting a bit restless.
Put the Gouchies down, boys.
Yeah. Gucci's.
Gucci.
I think Gouchie was riding at Caulfield this afternoon.
Oh, good on him. Hope he rode a winner.
As we see the boys getting a little bit restless here. 16:37 remaining. It's 34-10.
Just because it's retro round doesn't mean you've got to bring back the biff, boys.
Oh, yes, what we were saying about the corner posts. I think they might have been pinched after the main game, because that was the old race, wasn't it?
Yep.
Grab the corner flag.
So you could get out there the quickest.
I never got close to the playing field, so I never had a chance.
I remember going to Lidcombe a few times as a kid, and I got a couple of corner posts, and they ended up at the railway station anyway. So you never ever got them home.
We got rid of them. And more to the point, what would you do with a corner post if you got one back in the day? What would you have done with it if you got home with it?
Well, hopefully get someone to sign it.
And then it's what, worth $20?
Yeah, well, it could be. Some of the past players.
Mind you, if you had a Dallas Donnelly or a Les Boyd or somebody like that, maybe worth a few dollars.
I had Les Boyd's locker at Lidcombe Oval, and it was a disgrace. I should have just took a shoebox.
Penalty goes to Thirlmere as they kick for touch on the clubhouse side of the ground in front of the canteen. The vocal home supporters that are here tonight urging on the Jets.
That's a good hit up by Figatuza.
He takes it forward only about 10 metres out from the line on the far side of the ground. I'll play it now, come back to the open side right. Not the best ball there. I think that might have been Ledbrook taking it forward. And he'll play it now. Saleh dummy half for Paya. Paya cuts back to the left-hand side, spots half a gap. Can he get through the line? Yes, he can. Nice try, Eddie Paya, for the Roosters.
He had to get in on the feast.
Yes. 15:50 remaining in this one. 38-10 the score for John Stonham & Co. Lawyers.
Got a Narellan player down by the look of it too. After that try was scored.
Here the orders being barked out from the Narellan coaching staff. 15 and a half minutes remaining in this one. And that try that they scored about 5 minutes ago, that certainly is fair reward for their effort tonight, because they have tried.
They haven't stopped trying. Narellan.
No.
Their heads are still up, even though they're down by 28.
15 to go, so time off here, 15-10 remaining.
Yeah, they just got to not let it blow out too much.
And 38-10, to be fair, would be a reasonable result if they were to call time now. That'd be a fair scoreline, I think.
Yeah, with the amount of ball that the Roosters have had, is a little bit of a reflection on the score.
Yes. As we see the...
not sure who that is down over there for the Jets.
See Blake Sutton receiving orders from Coach Nathan. Let's see if we can have a chat to him after the game. And,
you want to be happy this week.
well, mind you, I am concerned about that jacket he's wearing tonight. That does concern me, with a red V on it. Mind you, I did see him on social media last night. He was livid after the result in the NRL last night.
It was a good win by the Rabbits. I tipped the Rabbits.
He was furious with that performance from Saints last night.
The Raiders have scored again through Croker.
Okay.
And it looks like the Sharks are going to continue their run at home of probably not having a win all year at home.
Well, last year it paid off for them. Will it pay off again this year? 30-12 the score there, 15 to go. So tracking along in a similar pace to our game here. Looks like Sam Grace about to go back on for the Jets, along with Adam Richards. And Shane McManamy still has a few changes up his sleeve to use tonight. Eddie Paya to make it 40 for the Roosters. Kicks on its way and is successful. So Neat 40 on the board for the Roosters. 40 points to 10 the score for John Stonham & Co. Lawyers. 14 minutes to full time tonight at Crane Oval. Tomorrow afternoon, don't forget, Oakdale and Campbelltown City is our match from 2:30 at Sid Sharp Oval. Next Saturday night, it's Picton and the Oaks. That looks like a really good game on paper. The Tigers 6 in a row up against the Magpies at Vic Park on a Saturday night.
As I said last week, if they can get over Picton next week, they'll be premiership favourites.
Short restart there from Thirlmere, from Narellan, taken by Thirlmere, 32 metres out through Riley Narn. But 6 in a row, the Tigers are absolutely flying at the moment, and Mitch Brasington and the boys, they haven't done anything spectacular, but they have just kept on winning.
You just got to win. That's all you got to do.
Yep, but it's a pleasant surprise to see the Tigers putting together six in a row going into this week.
And considering their start of the season, they've come back well.
They have come back very well, and momentum at this time of the year is a massive thing, and they have got bucket loads of it, but you can lose it just as quickly as you get it. As we see a short ball on the right-hand side for Riley Narn, going to be knocked on by Narellan. So Thirlmere with the scrum feed 30 metres out. But the Tigers, they've got momentum in bucket loads, but they can lose it as quickly as they get it. Saturday night will be a big test for them down at Victoria Park against the Magpies.
Yeah, Picton will start favourites because it's at Victoria Park, but don't write the Oaks off next Saturday.
Any shot.
We've got Campbelltown City and Oakdale tomorrow.
Yeah, and then next Sunday, I know you'll be there, Camden and Mittagong battle for 5th spot. The winner will go into the 5 with a week to go.
Well, the last time they played in the first round, that game was won after the bell with a penalty goal.
Wow.
Pretty sure it was Jake Dunn that kicked the penalty goal.
That was Jake Plunkett, sorry. I was calling that game, that's right. Jake Plunkett with the conversion, a penalty after the siren in the 81st minute to tie it.
Yeah, well,
20 all.
We'll talk about Mittagong for a sec because they shouldn't be in the position they're in. They've had 3 draws or 4 draws.
Three. 5 wins, 3 draws for Dan Beedshaw's men this year.
You convert those 3 draws into wins, and they'd be home and host.
Second. Well, actually, they'd be doing some maths on the run. They'd be a game or a point out of top spot. And that's
why you got to win the close games.
Well, they were unlucky that day to concede the draw to Camden.
Yep.
They were desperately unlucky. Penalty on the siren against them to see the scores level.
It was a great kick too. I think he kicked it from about 80 metres, if you ask Plunky.
The scorebook might show about 25 metres out, 20 in from touch, but I'm sure he'll tell you it's from 80 into a howling 40 knot northerly in his face. But yeah, that was I forgot about that game. That was a cracking game of footy that day down at Mittagong Sports Ground. And if that's anything to guide what we're going to see next week, then I can't wait for it. That'll be huge.
2 big games next week.
Yep, massive games for all 4 sides. And I know there's a lot of people listening from outside from the clubs in the top 5 at the moment. A lot of people paying attention as we see Thirlmere on the attack, but Narellan able to clean up here. Down to 10.5 minutes, score still 40 points to 10. Here's a chance for the Jets on the clubhouse side of the ground. They'll get the penalty. And the Narellan bench calling for a sin bin there, but
it's a good run by the Hoff down the right-hand wing there.
Yeah, good run there, but he couldn't get the job done completely, and 10:07 remaining. We're going to have a caution here. But yeah, Mittagong desperately unlucky not to be a lot further up the ladder this year. And as you say, if they convert those draws into wins, they're flying high in, probably second on the ladder. So they would be right up the right end of the ladder, which would mean Camden would be out of the 5.
Yeah, Camden would be only on 12 points and 2 points behind the Thirlmere, the Oaks and the
chasing pack. And they would be under pressure.
So they need to win their last 2.
Well, Mittagong's got an interesting draw coming home. Camden away and Picton at home. So that will test them. Another penalty here, and we've got a sin bin with 9:48 remaining.
It looks like Patoli's gone to the bin.
Padiole's gone to the bin. So they'll finish with 12, the Roosters. They'll finish with 12 tonight on the park. As we're inside the final 10 minutes of the match. 40 points to 10 is the score here.
Oh, his knee's seized up now.
Some gamesmanship being seen here by Padiole.
I saw somebody else do that last week.
Yeah.
Stop halfway to the sin bin and pull their socks up.
Yes. Yes, I don't think this is quite so bad, but he's. Well, it is a very cool night, to be fair. It is a very cool evening.
He's going to get called back here. He's going to get called back. And I think he's going to get sent off here for
delaying the game.
I think it's a
time wasting or whatever.
I think it'll be 15-1F. For swearing at the Narellan bench.
So we'll just stay with this for the time being. And
he'll get halfway out there, and Childrick will just point.
Just send him on his way. Looks like Jay Bennell acting captain for the Roosters at the moment with 8:54 remaining in this one. 40 points to 10 is the score. Can't bring you the audio, unfortunately, tonight.
Be an interesting conversation.
So, see what eventuates out of that.
And he's sent him off.
He's off. So he's been sent from the field. Padiole.
I think he might get have a rest next week or next round.
Yes, I think he'll be having at least 1 week enforced on the sidelines.
He's still having words with the touchy.
Get back on the boat, mate.
Okay, now we're right to get back underway. Final.
Just don't need that in our game, Mott.
No, we don't.
Unfortunate incident there.
Penalty for descent. Ronnie Jones puts it into touch.
I wondered why the penalty got given on the 40-metre line when the original penalty was on the halfway line.
As we see the Jets now, can they put a couple of tries on?
Well, I hope they can score late here.
There's Josh Graham. Graham through the line. Can he get the ball away? No, he can't.
Well, he'd be fresh, big Josh. He did have 10 minutes in the bin, so
he had a spell.
He'd have some fresh legs.
So
He's done something.
Jones back on the inside. That was Richards taking it forward. He'll play it now, 3 metres out under the posts. Looks like Graves picked up a knock as well. Comes out the back, McKinnon trying to slice through. Riley Narn, a good tackle.
I think it's his ankle.
Stay with the play here. Keep an eye on Graham as they fire it out. Intercepted by Thirlmere, and they'll go 80 metres, you would expect, and score. No, he won't even go close. That was a good tackle there over the top. I think it was Dylan Riley making the run, and he's cramped up as well.
Good chase by the Hofmeister.
7:44 remaining. It remains 40 points to 10.
This score would have been a lot more tonight. Adam Hoffman's played exceptionally well for the Jets.
He's been very good.
Him and Cam Graham.
Yeah, they've been the two star players for the Jets tonight. A disappointing effort from or disappointing result for the Jets. The effort has certainly been there. The result,
they still haven't given up the Jets.
No, and there's only 7:25 remaining in this one, so they're a long way from disgraced here tonight. The Jets. A big hit there on Mitch Miles from the Narellan Jets. Comes out to Craig. He's only got one man on his outside in Riley Narn.
That's two buses that have hit young Miles tonight.
They've certainly lined him up, and he's taken it. To be fair to the young man, he's taken the hits, and
he's a pretty tough 17-year-old kid.
He's very tough, as we see a little chip kick over the top from Eddie Payer. Will it set up for Thirlmere? It will. Jay Bennell charging through onto it for the Roosters. On the last now. Blake Sutton playing a little bit of tag, gets hitting a high one, and that'll be a penalty to the Roosters. A penalty to the Roosters for a high tackle there. So another one goes onto the sheet.
I suppose anything above the waist is a high tackle.
These days, it doesn't take a lot for a high tackle to be Ruled. I thought that was a fair call, though. I thought that was a over the shoulder at least. So
I'm going pretty good with my tips this week. I've got one. One from 6.
Yeah. As we see the Roosters on the attack here. Intercept here for Narellan. They're not going to go 80 metres. Ronnie Jones puts the grubber kick in for the outside man. Can he get onto it in time? No, he can't.
That again.
No, he can't. It comes back on the inside. It's
Sutton back on the attack here.
Turned into touch football in the last 5 minutes.
I'll tell you what, 15 years ago, Ronnie Jones would have scored.
He was away and through. As we see the Roosters.
Big Savow's come off for a rest.
Yes, had a good game tonight. Some of Savow's had a good night. And also Daniel Muir's come off. He's got a limp as well.
Yeah, well, he's been up there with one of their better players too. Muir.
Certainly put in a good effort tonight. As Riley Nunn gets knocked over a couple of metres short of halfway. Inside the final 5.5 minutes here at Crane Oval tonight. 40 points to 10 the score. What does Narellan make out of or take from this game tonight?
Well,
1 week to go. They're away. They're home to the Oaks 2 weeks tonight.
Well, that'll be an interesting game because if they play, they played well in patches tonight, and if they can put all those patches together, they could upset the Oaks in the last round, and that'll have a bearing.
That'll have a massive bearing. I suppose that's the thing that, as it stands, it's 2nd and 4th going into the final round.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
The Roosters will go to 16 points on the back of they win tonight. So they'll be outright second for the time being, at least on the ladder.
I think that makes them safe because the two teams on 13 play each other next week. So Thirlmere is short of a spot in the semis with Picton at this stage.
Well, I think they were safe regardless. As we see a kick over the top from Narellan. They're off to the races here. The Jets coming through is Stuart Mason. He can't get the bounce, but he can force the error. Can they pick it up in time? No, they can't. No, they can't. They can't get the bounce going their way.
They just haven't had the bounce of the ball their way all night.
Just has not fallen their way. They've been desperately unlucky on a number of occasions, as we see Thea Gattuso working it out from his own end. So Thirlmere and the Oaks 2 weeks tonight. Thirlmere... Campbelltown City will go to 16, you would expect, tomorrow. And that leaves the Oaks on 14 going into the second half of round 13. They'll play next Saturday night against Picton. So if we assume that Picton wins and goes to 22...
we might try and get Coach Fulton before the game tomorrow. I think he owes me a few favours, Fultz.
We might have a chat to Liam before the game. And a little bit of afters here, and a penalty to Narellan. Penalty to Narellan. Yeah,
that's silly from the Roosters. They're well in control of this game and just giving away silly penalties in possession. This can hurt you going into the semis because what you do now is going to go with you.
So let's do some calculations and presumptions here. Campbelltown City should win tomorrow. They'd go to 16 points.
That would assure them a spot in the finals.
Yes, and let's say that Picton does beat the Oaks next Saturday night. They'd go to 22. The Oaks would still be on 14.
That would leave the Oaks having to win the last round.
At Thirlmere, which is not going to be an easy task by any means.
You try to Narellan.
We've got to try to Narellan late in the match. Try to them out on the right-hand side in the corner. So that could be Sao Kamuta getting over. I'll just confirm who that was. Try to Narellan in the right corner late in the match. So 40-14 the score.
I think that was one of the replacements that scored.
Okay. I might check who that was for the Jets, but 2 minutes to go. Might have been Verb Moe.
Yeah, it looks
like he got across.
It's just very hard to see over in that corner with those extra lights.
The lighting they've got there makes it a little bit awkward. So
got Kepi as the kicker here.
Okay.
Young Jared Kepi.
Now you know him better than I do. What's his kicking ability like?
I think I got more chance.
Oh right. Not known as a goal kicker?
Yeah, sorry Jared.
Not known as a goal kicker then.
No, I've never known him to kick, and that's why.
And that would be a good reason why. That was well short and wide of the mark.
I think it got 2 metres off the ground there. Yeah, I think he just needs to not kick anymore.
Yes, kicking licence handed in at coaching on the way out, thank you. 40-14 the score, a minute remaining. 40-14 the score. So it could be that the Oaks need to beat Thirlmere. If they don't win next Saturday night, they would need to win one of their last 2 to book their finals berth.
It's a good, tough, interesting competition. And when you've got 6 teams fighting for 5 spots and it's going to come down to the last weekend, that's a good competition.
Yep, and the final Sunday afternoon, we've got Campbelltown City hosting Camden, and we've got Mittagong taking on Picton.
Yeah, well, both those games will have a bearing.
Yes, they will have a massive bearing. I suspect one of those teams will miss out.
No, we've got 2 balls on the field.
Yep.
I think there's a bit of gamesmanship here from the Roosters.
I don't think anybody's in a hurry to...
No, there we go. Nettie, you've never kicked like that in your life.
Oh, I've seen him kick a lot better than that.
Oh, yeah.
There's the siren in the background. Full time. And I think Narellan will be happy to just take the hit up. In fact, they're going to try and spin it here after the siren.
Ronnie Jones going to run 100? No.
No, he's not. The ball goes to ground.
Little
dab kick through on the outside. Figatuza cleans up. And
what's he doing out there on the wing?
I don't think it matters. It's full time. Narellan wins. Narellan goes down 40 points to 14 against the Thirlmere Roosters tonight. Thirlmere getting the win easily, 40-14 over the Narellan Jets.
Well, they didn't give up the Jets.
No, they fought hard.
The whole 80 minutes, they hold their heads high there.
Yep. We might take a break here on Macarthur Sports Radio.